Hello and welcome YouTube back to the Operation Bluecoat After Action Report in Combat Mission Battle for Normandy version 2.0. This is Ezekiel. Basically just where we left off. I've just moved into the first objective, Paris, and taken some casualties as I hit headlong into a German Panzer IV and a infantry squad. So, just preparing my forces. Going to be moving more of my platoons up, while also getting the tanks ready to go forward. Hope everyone had a good Chrissy and good New Year. I haven't been playing much at all, not on this type of game. Just been very hot here in Australia, middle of summer here, so when it's boiling hot, I really don't want to be thinking too hard. So just moving up the forward observer party and the company commander. Those buildings in front of my tanks there, I think they're clear of enemy at this stage. Otherwise, I would have already known about it. So I've really got to take care of the tanks in the near future. I've got 3 Panzer IVs lined up along the Hector objective line. So I really can't advance any further without really going and taking care of those tanks first. So just trying to fix that little glitched infantry again. Okay. The one good thing about the situation with the Panzers is I think they're all buttoned up, so their visibility and spotting ability is decreased. So I should be able to move my infantry around relatively freely, as long as there's no infantry squads in support. So the squads that the breach teams, the engineers that suffered at the end of the last video, I hid those. I think I just didn't tape that, didn't record that, but that's why they were able to cease the fire coming into them. They were able to take cover and keep their heads down, reduce their visibility to the enemy. Okay, on the left flank here, just checking. They're still tiring, but they're getting their breath back over there. I think it's largely just a waiting game at the moment. I really don't want to do anything further until I take care of that tank on the left flank there. It's got the height advantage, as well as looking down into the objectives, so I really want to take that one out first. So at the moment, just still taking pot shots with the brain guns. I think that's one of my own artillery pieces, trying to get a spotting round onto the left tank. I think I called it Plan C in a previous video, but you remember my... I've got some reinforcements. My XO there is, that one right there, is bringing down some artillery on that exposed tank. So it looks like I've got a Sexton, a self-propelled artillery piece that's come on board. So it's going to bring that up soonish. Okay, and I've also got some 114mm guns as well off map. So long delays to bring those on board, but yeah, they'll definitely help and soften up any enemy counterattack. So just moving my company commander into the building, taking the top floor, just going very slowly. Running between buildings or within a building can actually sometimes expose you to the enemy if they're looking in that general direction. So no rush, just take it nice and slow. Unfortunately, the forward observer lost the actual forward observer from the team and can't call in any assistance. Probably the biggest loss I've had so far. So, for instance, I've got a Typhoon flying around at the moment that can't actually do anything. I can't call that fighter craft in to help. And for my artillery, off-map artillery support, I'm actually quite desperately actually, got these long delays for every time I have to call something in, so not good. So Sexton's definitely not in range of the Panzer IV. That road forward should be pretty damn safe. So moving quickly up to join the leading platoon of Churchills. Excuse me, it's still awfully hot. Oh, just got to take a drink, and I've got a King Tiger at the back of the map. Oh dear. That's probably going to change a few things. Okay. The arrival of the King Tiger at the back of the map there. Let's go forward here and go look at it. That is definitely going to be a bit of a game changer. Yeah, it's called a King Tiger for a reason. The King Tiger's very thick armour, enormous 88mm gun. Yep, so that I've got to keep a really clear eye on where that is at all times now. It's not moving yet, so that's a good sign. If we can stay down there as long as possible, be great. Let's have a look. How am I spotting that? Yes, looks like it's the platoon on the high ground onto my left flank. They can see all the way down to the German deployment area. So something as big as a King Tiger is definitely visible. So I'm just thinking here, should I call in some off-map artillery to pinpoint the target, like I was sort of doing with the Panzer IVs earlier. Yeah, just double checking, still can't obviously call in the airstrike. It'd be really nice at this point. Very unlikely that I'll actually get a direct hit. This is 1944. This is 1944 after all, but hopefully some blast damage can damage the tracks or the gun, or I can at least hurt it before my own vehicles get close to finish it off. That's what I'm thinking at this point in time. Okay, so the Sexton's still trying to get around the traffic jam at the back there. Okay, so I'm just looking here. I think my Piat team... I don't think it was still tiring. It was still... I was just going to wait until it's rested. Oh, great. 2 King Tigers. 2 King Tigers, that's not good at all. And it looks like it's got some supporting infantry behind it. At least 2 or 3 squads at the moment. So it looks like the German reinforcements have definitely arrived. Fingers crossed I can take Paris and Hector by the time, before they actually get up and influence the battle. If I can take the 2 objectives in front of me and then have a real hard fight for Priam, that's probably my goal at this point. Problem is, got to get rid of these Panzer IVs very quickly if I want to do that.
Over.
Okay, so end of the minute of action, and my artillery is about to come down on that Panzer IV tank on the left flank. So while that's happening, I'll be moving all my Churchills up as well. Oh, sorry, that's the support Churchill. That's a 95mm gun on that Churchill. Yeah, that's going to come in real handy if those King Tigers race down the road. I'm going to need something as strong as that to get through the King Tiger's armour. There's no way the 75mm, except maybe a fluke shot, could actually hurt the King Tiger. So, yeah, all heavy weapons forward. I mean, King Tigers are moving, so they are coming forward, that's for certain. They're coming down that road. At least I'll know exactly where they are. I'll have good warning before they actually get close and in line with my forces.
Fire for effect. Out.
Okay, so the off-map artillery's got the orders and they're going to unload on that Panzer IV any moment now. So yeah, just a reminder, those 3 Panzer IVs, one on the left flank that I'm targeting with the artillery, one on the main road, just left of that Hector text, and then the one that you can see on my right flank near the 2-storey building, or 3-storey building, sorry. Okay, so got some 88mm artillery coming down on that Panzer IV. So the company commander a little bit better than the platoon commanders, but it's still going to take 14 minutes to call in artillery with the heavy howitzers. So I'm thinking I won't waste that ammo on a Panzer IV, but I will may use the lighter mortars on any Panzer IVs that I can see. So I can't spot the exact target for that Panzer IV on the road, but a quick area fire around where it is should still do some damage. Okay, and with the artillery coming down on that tank, it's going to throw up a lot of dust and probably rattle the crew. It's my perfect opportunity now to get my Piat team here into position. So I'm just looking for an opening. That's something I really didn't think about. I'm looking for an opening through this low blockage here. I don't want my Piat team running all over the countryside, get around here to beyond it. So I think I saw a little gap there, and just ordering the team to really run through and move quickly. I want to flank it, obviously. One thing I am scared about is that Pier team getting mowed down by supporting infantry within the buildings within Hector. That's why I'm just going to order those ones to really run fast when they're exposed there. Once they're behind those barns on the left flank, I should be safe. That's the hope anyway. Yes, I really can't see anything with the company commander. He's too far back. If I had the forward observer alive, I know where I'd be putting him right now. I'd be going straight up to that high ground on the left flank on the wheat field there. It looks like from that position they've got a really good line of sight down onto the other two objectives. So that's one thing I've noticed. I mean, the obvious thing to do is to put forward observers into buildings. However, not always is that a good idea, because generally... Oh, there we go. It's a couple of close hits. Another close hit. Okay. Really...
Hello,
Okay, really surrounded by dust and that now, so that tank won't be able to see anything for a while. Just trying to get my Pier team over there before the dust settles. And I got this, that has to be German, I think. I don't think that's mine. Okay, so it's still alive. Well, I think it's still alive. It could be dismounted, but I doubt it. Not a tank that heavy. Anyway, as I was saying about the forward observers earlier, the obvious place to put them, of course, would be in buildings. They generally have good height advantage then to see the battlefield, but not always. Sometimes a hill or something does just as good, and can also trick your opponents, especially in the multiplayer. I mean, if you see an enormous church dominating the landscape and you can deploy in it, and you put your forward observer straight in the tower first thing, it's not going to take a brilliant tactician to work out where you're going to deploy a forward observer. So sometimes doing something a little bit different is the way to go. So what I'm doing here is ordering to quickly move up to the side of the barn, then start hunting, so they when they see the enemy, they'll stop moving and take shots at it. I'm also putting cover arcs, particularly only for armour, where the tank is, so that will really focus their attention on where that Panzer IV is sitting. That's the plan. Being only two, if I move the whole platoon there, the tank probably is going to have all the sound contacts and react to it. Hopefully with just two men, it won't be much of a sound contact, and the Panzer will not know what's coming up alongside him. This is also the reason when you're playing the game to never ever leave tanks without infantry support. A tank without infantry support in an environment, or any environment like this, anything in Normandy, is asking for trouble. I think maybe that's part of the scenario design here, is that's the weak point you're meant to break through. I'm not too sure. We'll find out soon enough, but the fact that there's no infantry, or no obvious infantry yet around it, is a good sign I'm doing the right thing. So just moving that platoon up, they've really run out of infantry to shoot at, so they're going to move up into the objective area. Have 360-degree cover and concealment. Okay, so needless to say, this is now my focus. Those King Tigers are still moving forward, slowly but surely. This is what I'm worried about, fire coming from that building straight down the centre of that road. If I was moving okay, more German artillery. If if I was moving a full platoon over, they're probably all going to get spotted. So just by moving only 2 men, there's a good chance I can keep hidden a bit longer. Seems to have worked this time. There's no infantry further down shooting, so there's obviously no infantry support around this tank. Okay, you can see they've stopped running and they're just starting to hunt. Just creeping forward, and what a moment for the turn to end. Don't worry, I won't cut the video there. We'll see what happens before I stop this little episode. So just going to move them, let them hunt a little bit further. Want to make sure it's this turn. I don't want them sitting there in the open. So just adjust those target arcs. Okay, so I'm just looking, there's just seeing where some Germans could be placing their machine guns and their squads. That got a sound contact in that reddish cream building in the centre there. A couple of windows facing towards me, looking over the bocage. So it's probably a German of some description in there. And knowing it's a German, it's probably got an MG42. So still got the Germans in the front in the bocage line there. They took out my breach teams earlier, at the end of the last video. So I'm just thinking a nice artillery barrage on that little village may soften everything up.
Over.
It's going to take some time for it to come in though, so I've got to keep that in mind. Okay, one more check of that, and yep, time to go. Moment of truth. Take a drink for good luck. Never drink without a side of next door to you. Rule of thumb for me. Oh dear. Okay. They spotted the enemy, but the tanks also spotted him, so the optics weren't damaged. Damn it.
Hello, fine,
Oh, thank God. Okay, that's good. Perfect. Oh, and the secondary explosion. My men conceal themselves. Having the target armour only arc is stopping them from firing at those crew that's running away, but that's still alright with me. It doesn't bother me one bit. Okay. One Panzer IV down, 2 to go. Okay, time to move that team out of there. Still very exposed. At the same time, I'm thinking about moving this platoon over. So they're going to follow roughly the same route as the Piat team before. They're going to occupy those buildings on the high ground, the barns, and the farmhouses here. Oop. I'm just going to check a line of sight. Okay, it's 260 metres to that other tank, out of range of the Piat team. It's also a very long shot for a Piat anyway, so wouldn't be trying to risk it from there. But that's what I'm thinking now. It's time to move this platoon. Time to flank the first objective, now with that tank destroyed. So with the high ground there, they should be able to put a platoon's worth of infantry, small arms fire into that village. Pick off the Germans lined up behind any hedgerow or bocage. Yeah, definitely good lines of sight. Just going to try and keep them in the wheat field as long as possible for concealment, and just minimise that time they're crossing that road where they could be spotted. Okay, I think it's time to move the XO up too. It's another valuable team that can call in artilleries, and which is definitely something to protect at this stage. So they're going to move up just slowly and then take up position on that high ground as well. Okay, that German's not surrendering, not taking off map, so there must be something close by to prevent him from surrendering fully. King Tiger's moving. Looks like still following the road. Oof, okay. Looks like I lost a man. It's actually really quite lucky for that calibre. I think it's probably another 88 mil. It's definitely not mine. I hope it's not mine. So yeah, I'm actually quite lucky there. Looks like just a spotting round, so the last thing, is it? Yep. Okay. Just spotting rounds floating around. I'm not too sure which ones are mine and which ones are Germans. Something to worry about in the near future. And at the end of that turn, I think we'll leave it there. 1 Panzer down, 2 to go. See you next time, everyone.